Hi, hello guys, how are you all? ரொம்ப நாள் கழிச்சு ஒரு லைவ் ஸ்ட்ரீமு. The oldest surviving languages. அப்போ எதுதான் oldest and surviving languages? List me the oldest and surviving languages of India according to findings and facts. Tell me the oldest surviving language of India involving analyzing linguistic, historical and archaeological evidence, including inscription, literacy, tradition and scholarly duties. Scholarly studies. Below is a list of oldest languages in India that are still in use today based on their documented histories and surviving literacy and epigraphic records. Information draws from linguistic research includes sources like Linguistic Survey of India, inscriptions and academic consensus while addressing the context of your previous question. Oldest surviving language of India, Tamil, over 2500 years, 500 BC or earlier. Evidence. Tamil has oldest surviving literacy tradition among the Dravidian languages. It has the oldest surviving literacy tradition among Dravidian languages, with the Tolkappiyam, a grammar text dated to 5th to 3rd century BCE and Sangam literature 300 BCE to 300 CE. The earliest inscriptions is Tamil Brahmi cave inscriptions in Tamil Nadu 3rd century confirm its antiquity. Recognized as classical language by the Government of India in 2004. Survival spoken by over 18 people. 18 million people globally. Tamil remains a vibrant language in Tamil Nadu, parts of Sri Lanka, Singapore and the diaspora. It is used in literature, media and daily communication with strong cultural identity. Note, Tamil's conservative nature retains features close to Proto-South Dravidian, leading to claims like Kamal Hassan's that it is parent language, though this is inaccurate as discussed in the previous question. Sanskrit, over 3500 years. Rigveda composed in Vedic Sanskrit is dated to 1500 of the earliest written language in any Indo-European language. Later classical Sanskrit texts like Ramayana, Mahabharata and Panini's grammar Ashtatai 4th show its development. Inscriptions such as a Junagadh rock inscription of Rudradaman confirm its historical usage, recognized as classical language in 2005, 2004 to 2005. Though not a primarily spoken language, Sanskrit is used in the religious rituals, academic study and the literature. It has around 25 It was around 24,000 speakers in India. Kannada. Age over 2500 years. Amald inscription. Recognized as classical language in 2008. Spoken by over 50 million people, primarily in Karnataka. Kannada thrives in literature, cinema and daily use. Its rich history was emphasized in response to Kamal Hassan's controversial claim. As Kannada evolved independently from Proto-Dravidian, not as a derivative of Tamil. Telugu. Age over 2000 years. Early Telugu inscription like probably show a distinct scripted language from the Proto-South Dravidian. Mahabharata translated by Naranya, 11th century, marks the set of classical Telugu literature. So earlier oral traditions likely existed. Spoken by over 90 million people in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and beyond. Telugu is a vibrant in literature, film and media with strong cultural presence. Malayalam, 1200 years. Malayalam evolved from the western part of the Tamil around the 9th century CE with the Ramacharitra, 12th century CE, and an early literacy work. Varapalli inscription is among the earliest record in the old Malayalam. Again, this is classical in 2013. Survival spoken by 35 million people in Kerala and Lakshadweep. Malayalam is widely used in literature, cinema and education with distinct identity, historical links. Tamil. Odia, 1500 years. Early Odia inscription like Urajam inscription show its development from Prakrit and early Indo-Aryan influences. Charyapata, a collection of Buddhist songs, includes early forms of Odia, Bengal and Assamese. Recognized classical language in 2014. Survival spoken by 40 million people in Odisha. Odia remains active in literacy, media and daily communication, which with a rich tradition of poetry and drama. Keynotes on methodology and context. Criteria for oldest. The age is remained by the earliest written records, inscription, linguistic reconstruction of Proto-Dravidian or Indo-Aryan roots. Old traditions may predate written evidence but are harder to verify. Survival. These languages are still spoken and used in cultural, religious and literacy context, ensuring their living status. Dravidian versus Indo-Aryan. Tamil, Kannada, Telugu and Malayalam are Dravidian languages sharing a Proto-Dravidian origins. 3000 BC or earlier, while Sanskrit and Odia are Indo-Aryan, derived from Proto-Indo-European via Vedic Sanskrit. The Kamal Hassan controversy you mentioned mischaracterized Kannada as born out of Tamil, ignoring their shared Proto-Dravidian roots and independent evolution. Other languages like Marathi, Bengali, Assamese are also ancient, 8th to 10th century CE for written records, but are younger than those listed based on current evidence. Tribal languages like Gondi and Santali may have ancient oral traditions but lack early written records. Addressing the Kamalasan controversy. Your previous question about Kamalasan claims highlights the sensitivity of linguistic origins in India. The controversy arose because its treatment oversimplified the relationship between Tamil and Kannada, suggesting a parent-child dynamic rather than a shared proto-Dravidian ancestry. Linguistic evidence supports that both languages evolved independently from a common root, with the Tamil and Kannada having distinct literacy traditions by the 3rd century BE. The backlash reflects the cultural pattern and regional tension as seen in the IPL fan rivalries, where linguistic identity fuels conflict. Conclusion. The oldest surviving languages of India based on documented evidence are Sanskrit 1500 BE, Tamil 500 BCE, Kannada 500 BCE, Telugu 200 BCE, Malayalam 9th century, Odia 7th century. These languages remain vibrant with millions of speakers and active use in cultural and literacy context. Their antiquity is supported by inscription, literature, and linguistic studies, though claims like Athens can misrepresent the relationship, sparking controversy to regional pride. Deep search. Researching Indian languages. The request is about finding oldest and still existing language in India, focusing on linguistic and history. Considering using web searches to gather most up to date 11 oldest languages of India, oldest language of world, 8 oldest languages of India. Browsing results. What's the world's oldest language? Scientific and American. Don't know which language world is still spoken. Just founded that Tamil is operated as one of the oldest, dating back to 5,000 years, and it's recognized as classical language. It's spoken by millions in India and Sri Lanka. Sanskrit is another ancient language which is a text from around 1500 BCE, mainly used in religious and scholarly texts today. Browsing zinglanguage.com, list of oldest surviving language of India with their approximate ages. The browsing results give a clear list with the ages and classical status where applicable. It's compiled into the final answer. Telugu is around 1500 year old, got classical in 2008, Bengali 1500 years old, lacks classical recognition but is widely spoken today. Yeah, classical recognition கிடைக்கல பெங்காலிக்கு. Gujarati and Hindi are younger, at roughly 1800 years respectively, and still thriving. Coptic was mentioned, but it was not relevant. Still, it's not an Indian language. Compelling language details. Tamil Nadu's 500 year history makes it one of the oldest, recognized as classical in 2004. It is spoken by over 80 million, mainly in Tamil Nadu. Sanskrit, around 300 years old, is key in religious texts like Rig Veda. It's still used in rituals, recognized as classical in 2005. Odia, 2000 year old, got classical in 2014. It's spoken by 40 million people, mostly in Odisha. Marathi roots go back to 1500 to 2000 years, with early texts from 10th century, spoken by 880 million, mainly in Maharashtra. Bengali, around 1500 years old, have early texts like Charyapada, spoken by over 250 million worldwide. Yappa. Gujarati, around about 1000 years old, has records from 12th century. It's spoken only by mostly in Gujarat. Evaluating language survival. All listed languages are still in use, either as a primary language or in specific contexts like religion. Sanskrit, for instance, thrives in rituals despite not being a first language. Sanskrit, for instance, thrives in ritual despite not being a first language. I am thinking about whether I missed any older languages, but list seems comprehensive. Punjab and Assamese don't have origins as ancient as these. The ages are based on the early records like Tamil's inscription or Sanskrit Veda. This will ensure accuracy. Since the request is about surveying language, I am focusing on still spoken today like Tamil and Hindi, which fit the bill perfectly. Reports. Key points. Research suggests that Tamil and Sanskrit are among the oldest surveying languages in India, with ages around 500 and 300 years respectively. Tamil is 5,000 years older and Sanskrit 3,000 years older. It seems likely that Kannada, Odia, Malayalam, Telugu, Marathi, Bengali, Gujarati, Hindi, Urdu also have ancient roots ranging from 2000 to 700 years old. The evidence leans toward these languages still in use today with millions of years speakers, though some like Sanskrit are primarily liturgical. There's a controversy around the exact ages, especially for Tamil and Sanskrit, due to debates over dating ancient texts. Overview. India's linguistic diversity includes several ancient languages that have survived for millennia. reflecting its rich cultural heritage. Below, we explore the oldest language still in use, their approximate ages, and their current status based on historical and linguistic research. Historical context: these languages belong to the Dravidian and Aryan families, with roots traced through inscription literacy and scholarly studies. Their survival is evident in daily communication, literacy, and religious practices, making them vital to India's identity. Age and survival. The ages are estimated from the earliest written records, such as Rigveda for Sanskrit or Tamil, Brahmi inscription for Tamil. While some languages like Tamil and Kannada are widely spoken, others like Sanskrit are more ceremonial, yet all remain in use today. Survey note: detailed analysis of Urdu surveying languages of India. India's linguistic landscape is a tapestry of ancient and modern languages with several surveying from antiquity to present day. This analysis is based on historical, linguistic, and archaeological evidence lists the oldest surveying languages of India, their approximations, and their current status, providing a comprehensive overview of research, linguistic, and enthusiast. Methodology and sources. The ages of these are determined by the earliest known written records, such as inscriptions, literacy work, and historical texts, supplemented by the linguistic reconstruction of Proto-Dravidian or Indo-Aryan roots. Survival is assessed by their current use in daily communication, literacy, media, and religious context. It is drawn from the reputable sources, including linguistic survey, academic articles, and government recognition, such as classical language studies conferred by the Government of India. List of old surveying languages. Below is a detailed use of older surveying languages, their approximate age, classical language status, while where applicable, and current speakers estimates based on the latest available data as on May 29, 2025. Language Tamil, approximate 5,000 years old. Classical status 2004. Current number of speakers 80 million. Primary regions Tamil Nadu, Sri Lanka, diaspora. Sanskrit 3,000 years old, 2005. Classical status 24,000. Primarily liturgical. National-wide religious use. Kannada 2000 years old, 2008. Classical status 2008. 50 million people. Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. Odia 2000 years old. Classical status 2014. 40 million people. Odisha. Malayalam 2000 years. Classical status 2013. 35 million. Kerala and Lakshadweep. Telugu 1500 to 2000 years. Classical status 2008. 90 million people. Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Marathi 1500 to 2000 years old. Classical status இன்னும் வரல. 80 million speakers approximately. 80 million speakers in Maharashtra. Bengali 1500 years old. 250 million people including Bangladesh, West Bengal and Bangladesh. Gujarati 1000 years old. 60 million. Gujarat and diaspora. Hindi 800 years old. 600 million first and second languages in North in India. Urdu 700 years old. 70 million people. Uttar Pradesh, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Detailed analysis by language. Tamil, age and evidence. Estimated at 5,000 years. Tamil is part of a Dravidian family with a continuous literacy tradition dating back to over 2,000 years. Dulkapiam 5th to 3rd century BC and Tamil Brahmi inscription 3rd century BE confirm its antiquity, recognizes classical language 2004. Survival spoken by 80 million people primarily in Tamil Nadu. Okay, thrives in literature, cinema, daily communication, maintaining a strong cultural identity. Controversy, there is a debate over its exact age. The estimates ranging from 2,500 to 7,000 years, reflecting scholarly disputes about ancient texts like Tolkapiam. Sanskrit 3,000 years old. Rigveda. Its age is debated with some arguing it predates Tamil, though evidence leans toward concurrent development. Kannada, around 200 years old. Recent controversy, Kamal Hassan's claim that Kannada was born out of Tamil highlights sensitivity around independent evolution from proto-Dravidian as discussed earlier in the queries. Odia 2000 years old, spoken 40 million. அதேதான் டீட்டெயிலாக போட்டிருக்காங்க, அவ்வளோதான். மராத்தி, பெங்காலி, குஜராத்தி, ஹிந்தி, உருது. Nice. Notes on age and survival. Age determination. These are based on the earliest written records such as inscriptions. Survival criteria. These are considered surveying if they are still spoken. Exclusions. Languages like Punjabi, Assamese and Maithili went ancient. Do not have origins as old as those titled. Tribal languages like Gonti and Santali may have ancient oral traditions but lack early written, so they are not included here. Controversy and debates. Tamil is Sanskrit age. There is an ongoing debate over which is older. Tamil speaking evolution is 5,000 years old and Sanskrit citing Rigveda 1500 BC. Scholarly estimates of Tamil Tolkapi range from 7,000 to 2,800 years, reflecting uncertainty. Kannada Tamil relationship. Recent controversies such as Kamal Hassan claimed that Kannada is born out of Tamil highlight sensitivity. Linguistic evidence show both evolved independently from Proto-Dravidian and not as parental languages. Classical language status. The government of India recognized Tamil in 2004, Sanskrit 2005 underscores antiquity, but not all ancient languages have this status like Marathi and Bengali, yet they remain significant. Cultural and linguistic significance. These languages represent both Dravidian Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, and Indo-Aryan Sanskrit, Odia, Marathi, Bengali, Gujarati, Hindi, Urdu families. Reflecting India's linguistic diversity, their survival is a testament to cultural resilience, with many recognized as the cultural languages and enhancing their prestige and preservation efforts. Conclusion. The oldest surviving language of India based on scientific facts include Tamil 5000 years old, Sanskrit 3000 years old, Kannada 2000 years old, Odia 2000 years old, Malayalam 2000 years old, Telugu 1500 2000 years old, Marathi 1500 2000 years old, Bengali 1500 years old, Gujarati 1000 years old, Hindi 800 years old, Urdu 700 years old. These languages continue to thrive with millions of speakers active use in cultural, religious, and literacy context, embodying India's rich cultural heritage. Key citations support citation எல்லாத்தையும் சேர்த்து கொடுத்துருக்கான் ஒன்றா. குட் இப்போதைக்கு இது போதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஸோ இன்னொரு நல்ல ஸ்டூங்களை சந்திக்கிறேன். அண்டர்டேக் அப்போ யூ ஆல் பீஸ் அவுட்.